All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome. I'm your host and pilot, as always, Uncle B. Today we're doing a flight in the A319-100 IAE, which is one of the other engine options, I believe, for the A319. We're going to depart from Bristol and we're going to head down to Malaga. We'll just leave this right here for a moment. I'm going to step away for just a brief minute or two, and then I'll be right back. So, welcome. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. Hello, Fish Guns. How are you? Hello, Oshev888. Um, yeah, everything's good. Just had to refill my water and grab my little chocolate donuts for something to snack along the way. Feeling a little discombobulated this morning, but I'm okay. I'm good. All right, so anyway, as I was saying, so we're going to take off from Bristol. Based on the weather this morning, there's a crosswind. It's telling us to take off from runway 27 based on a crosswind. So we don't have a full headwind, but that may change. We're going to climb out, head all the way down here. Keep going. And then we're going to come in over here, and then we're going to land right there on runway 13. There's a headwind, so we're gonna be landing here. So the wind's blowing towards us. So there we go. I think it's about a 2 hour, maybe 2.5 hour flight. I had the time, and I don't know. The thing is crazy. You put together the flight, and usually it'll say over here, how many miles and how how long it'll take. But anyway, um, so yeah, that's but it is what it is. Anyway, so I'll give it a few more minutes. I'm good, fine. I'm fine, Oschev. Thank you. Um, so we'll give it a few more minutes. See if anybody else is gonna pop in. If anybody wants to fly, here's the route. And here is the server. Now the route itself, all you got to do is plug in. If I'm starting at parking spot 10 now, last night I was checking this thing out, and there are no like traditional sort of jetways. You know, this airport's pretty small, so but they don't have any jetways, which means okay, that's fine. They don't have any tugs. Okay, so that's part of the problem. Oh, wait a minute. How did it change me on West Europe again? Hold on a second. I gotta. That's twice now. Or good thing I checked it. Okay, now I'm on Southeast Asia. Oh, is that you, Austin Holden fan? I'm guessing that's who it is. So I had to. Okay. Hello. How are you? Um, so I picked a spot over here. It's just going to be a short taxi. We're going to go to the very end of the runway. We're going to need every inch of this runway to get in the air. But we got a little bit of playing room this direction, I think. Whereas last night I took off. No, maybe we won't have it this way. Yeah, I don't know. We'll make it in the air one way or the other. And so there we go. All right, I'm gonna. Hello, Paradox. How are you? I'm just gonna sip a little bit of my coffee here and have a little snack, and then we'll. Would a huge military plane take off from that? I doubt it. I don't think like a C-17. Yes, a C-5. No, there's a lesser. Well, I don't think even if the C-5 sat at the end of the runway and wound its engines up for a while and then let go, I think it would be very no. The C-5 would need a lot more, but a C-17 I think would definitely make it. Oh, B-52, no, no, no. I wouldn't. I mean, you could chance it, but I don't think those planes need a lot more runway. You would need something like down at Heathrow, one of the long runways there. You could probably get away with it at Heathrow, possibly, or at yeah, I guess at Heathrow. Maybe no, I don't think London Gatwick. I think you could maybe if you were lucky you could do it at Heathrow, but um, I looked at I saw that in the marketplace last night. And I was shocked, but then I was like, wait a minute, aren't they the ones that? And I looked, yeah, their stuff is suspect. They've released stuff and they have never done any updates on any of their stuff. Not one bit. None. So I would not give my money to them. I'm sorry, but no. But yeah, I yeah, you would have to use like that's a very that plane itself. I think you could do it maybe I think out of Frankfurt. There's long enough runways there maybe. Uh Military wise, yeah, I don't think you could even do it at where's trying to think where's K Town? I gotta find K Town. There should be. It was. thought there was a military airfield down here. Something seems to be missing. Anyway, yeah, it would need a, yeah, yeah, you would need a very long runway. Yeah, maybe you could get away with it out of Frankfurt, because I know the Air Force, they used to have, the American Air Force used to be based out of here, but not anymore. There is an American airfield. I thought there was one over here somewhere. Should be. I don't know. The sim might be just acting silly this morning. Either that or I'm not seeing something. But anyway, yeah, you'd need a very long runway for a B-52. But I thought about it. I was excited. Then when I looked at who made it, no, they've not they've not done any updates on their products. So yeah, no, I'd be very reluctant to give them any money. I can't support a developer that doesn't regularly update their stuff, especially if it's been out for over a year. So, yeah. All right, let's go in here and get started before we start talking and I forget to fly today. All right. I am going to add a little extra fuel in. I think I'm going to add 15% more just to be on the safe side. I think we got more than enough. It's under 1,000 nautical miles our flight today, but I just want to make sure we got a little extra in the tank just in case. Because sometimes the way it calculates the fuel, it seems like is very, I don't know. It's not legit in my opinion. I don't know. So let's go ahead and put... Let's do that. There we go. All right. Let's go get our plane started up. Oh, hello, Captain Arish with 45. Thank you. Good morning. How are you? Now, see, this is the weird thing now. You got the automated checklist is not working like it normally does, so. Hello, Jamal? Oh. You're welcome. Yeah, this is already in the plan, so. All right, let's get our... No. 0. All right. Flight plan. Now let's check our flight plan real quick before we start up the engine. Well, you know what we can do? Let's get our engine started too. All right, let's go to plan. So it should be a very nice, easy departure. I'll be back in the chat in just a moment, folks. But thank you for the raid. Hello, Oz. Hey, that's okay. I completely understand. But thank you for coming in, though. Appreciate it. Nice to see you here. Is that... Okay, that's all right. Seemed like it just suddenly ended. I'm like, wait a second. All right. So that all looks good. All right, engines are coming up. Do that. Happy to have you along, Ross. Not a worry. legit. I think I did the after engine stuff, didn't I? Yeah, I did. All right. Okay. So our 27 is right there. So we're gonna let's go ahead and tell them we're ready to go. Ah, thank you. Welcome, Compass Club members. Compass Club members. Compass Club. Let's see. Us. Oh, I see you. Okay, perfect. Yeah, nice to see you all, Compass Club. Thank you. Captain Arish, you are a legend among legends. Thank you for the raid. Greatly appreciate that. So basically, like I said, we're flying Bristol to Malaga. This is a Firefly Airlines route, one of the company flights. See, I don't see it as Qantas. Oh, you're in the F-18. Oh, okay. See, it shows you as a jetliner. So yeah, we're gonna do this flight today, and then we'll wrap things up. And we're back tomorrow. We're gonna do a flight from San Francisco to Chicago in the A319, a real-world United Airlines flight. I was doing my homework and checked that out. And the updates. I didn't get anything this morning. Because I logged in, tried to log in and give myself time for. Why is it not? Oh, I know why. Because it's not gone back to. Oh, it did. That's weird. Okay. Oh, I didn't. Maybe I didn't get up there close enough. Try to get down there to the very end of the runway. There was some stuff that was updated last night, but overall, I don't think there was no update for the Xbox itself, or are you talking about for the sim? Yeah, that's why I chose it, Oz. I wanted to do something a little bit different, so it's a classic British Airways livery before, because as I understand it, was like a couple different airlines kind of came together and became British Airways. Hold on a second. I missed what Paradox said. Update. Oh, it did. There was like some products were updated. Yeah, British European Airways. Yep. And I think it was also BOAC, wasn't it? Was the other one? Something like that. So what was I saying? Yeah, so there was some stuff on that was updated last night, but not there was nothing else really as far as an update went, not that I saw. Too much farther ahead. I just want to try to get the plane straightened up here. All right, there we go. Let's. I need to turn on the flight. Oh, I didn't dial in my initial climbing altitude or initial altitude. 12,000. Okay. I was gonna say I knew I forgot something else. Alrighty. All right, let's go. Oh, you're fine. You could have gone, Oz. It's okay. Oh, hey, if you're ready to go, you could get in the air. It's all good. It's not. It's just fine. All right, away we go. Yeah, okay. That's what it was. Thank you, Oz. I couldn't remember what it stood for, but we're gonna use every inch of this. I love the sound of that. It sounds like you're actually in. It sounds like what I would expect it to sound like, you know, as you're flying in this aircraft. All right, we are on our way. The clock is running. Oh, well, thank you, Baby Yaga. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Baba Yaga, not Baby. Baba Yaga. Sorry about that. I'm still waking up this morning. I appreciate the follow. Thank you for the chat. Adios, the old crusty salute to Bristol. Thank you for hosting us today. Oh, changing the altimeter. Sometimes, what I've seen is sometimes you'll as you're climbing out, there'll be a subtle change in the altimeter, or even I guess you could say even a somewhat significant change, then all of a sudden that definitely has an impact on your altitude and all that. But yeah, I do like this classic livery. Oh yeah, but see, it's weird because I have that installed, Oz, but but it's showing you as a jetliner. I don't quite understand how that works, but that's how it goes, I guess. I don't know if they updated the sound on this, but it does seem to have like the legit engine sounds for this aircraft. I like that. Alright, we should go higher here in just a moment. Let's just double check our... Nope, nothing's changed there. Alright, there we go. Engines are throttling back. Why does it seem like we're losing speed? Oh, okay. You know, I didn't see what our expected altitude is. That's alright. Yeah, but now we should be like at 250. Seems rather odd. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm sorry, I'm like a little bit all over the place today. For the Compass Club members who do not know me, my name is Uncle B. I generally fly, as it says in my little spiel that pops up every so often. I generally fly the Junkers 52. I guess I'm kind of in the same way that Captain Arish loves the 172. I have the same love affair with the Junkers 52. We fly that Mondays and Wednesdays. We're doing a tour across America. Wednesday we landed up in Seattle, and then next week we'll go from Seattle. I don't know where yet, but we'll continue. And so we've gone from the East Coast down along the South and up the West Coast, and then we're going to zigzag across the country. Try to land in the lower 48 states at least once, and then we're going to end back up at JFK where we took off from to start the tour. So Thursdays we do I'm working on the Route 66 flight. I don't have the same, if you watch Viper Strike's Route 66 stuff, I'm not on the same level as him as far as details go. But we're just doing the point-to-point flight, and if there's anything that we can call out along the way, then we'll do that. But generally it's just flying for the enjoyment. Alternate Fridays. One Friday I will do a flight in South America in the Twin Beach, and then the next Friday after that will be a jetliner flight. I only stream 4 days a week: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every once in a blue moon I might do a Saturday, because I have people who watch, who are subscribers and all that they want to fly along and they can't do it during the week. So I try to do at least once a month a flight that people can join in on if they want. And so yeah, here we go. Change this to repos. Yeah, we are. We're going to change that. There we go. So yeah, I do, the multiplayer is generally always on, I think, unless there's a problem with the multiplayer system. So I'm usually on the Southeast Asia server. So if you want to fly, you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. I do have the traditional, the route, and also the server. There you go. I do have a Discord. It's not a very chatty Discord, but I have one. If you want to follow, I just post, like the schedule for the next week or whatever. I also talk about the next day's flight. So like later today, I'll put something in about the what do you call it? The flight for why am I stuck at 200? That seems rather odd. We should be like at 250 at least, or 3. Yeah, it seems rather weird that we're not. That seems rather odd that we weren't at our, Normally by now we're like at 300 something knots. So yeah, I just post the information about the flight, like, and all that, and then, uh-oh. I think it's waiting for it to, hold up speed. I'm gonna get a call saying expedite. should have taken care of that a while back. So, yeah, I'm surprised that the speed has not didn't go up on its own. Alright, come on, plane. There we go. Now we're going. Alright. So yeah, that's what, good morning, Infidel Fireman. How are you? So that's basically what I do. I try to keep everybody informed. If I have to cancel the flight or the stream, I put that in there. So if you want to join, people are more than welcome to. It's not required. It's just a way for me to be able to communicate with the viewers that what we're going to be doing and when, and if we have to cancel things, we do that. And yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow, 7:10 Eastern, 12:10 UTC. We're going to be flying from San Francisco to Chicago. Just a flight that I wanted to do. I was going to do a flight from excuse me, from San Francisco all the way to New York, JFK, but I'm like, let's just do about halfway, a little over halfway, and we'll go to Chicago O'Hare, and that'll be good. So part of that is because the mom's side of the family is from the Chicago area originally, so I figured it'd be a nice, something a little fun to do out of San Francisco. So I've got the real world flight number for it for United Airlines, so we'll put all that information in, and yeah, there we go. Oh, that's weird that it didn't speed up, because normally after a certain altitude the engines definitely, we go faster, so I don't know what happened. Yeah, I was like, who the heck is that? And then he's like, I changed my name. I was like, oh, it's got to be Aussie Holden fan. Thank you again, Captain Arge, for the raid. Very nice. I appreciate that. Thank you for the Compass Club members who stuck around as we continue our climb, heading for Malaga. Thank you, Baba Yaga BG, for the follow. Appreciate it. I wonder why it didn't shows. PhD, right? Yep, okay. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I did that before, Oz. When I, after a while, because, I wanted to kind of refresh my my stream name and all that, and kind of have a bit of a fresh start. So that's why so for those of you who do not know, we'll have a little bit of story time. So where did the Uncle B name come from? Well, it started when I was in Afghanistan, and my supervisor, for whatever reason, named me Uncle B. So it kind of stuck. So when I um, had the when I took a course in radio production. Hello, Mela. Thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. So when I took this course, you know, one of the things that they talked about is you have to come up with a DJ name, and so that's where I was like, oh, it kind of makes sense to do it this way, and or you know, use the Uncle B thing, and so it just kind of stuck, and it worked out very well. So when I was rebranding my channel, I was like, you know, let's do this, and it's worked. So, yeah, that's where the name comes from. So I like it. It's, you know, pretty simple, you know. So I like it because, you know, when I used it as my DJ name, it did give me a, you know, like, I remember that first time I sat in the studio and did my show, because you basically you have your intro, your bumper, your weather break. I think that was part of the bumper. You had to do a little story time, and then you had to sign off. And that first day, I was so nervous. I don't think I really had, you know, really had tapped into the Uncle B thing on that first day, but after that, I did, and ended up with an A in the class. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, we've known each other for longer than that, so that's all good. All right, so it did change finally as once we got up, but that's weird that it didn't speed up on its own like it normally would. I don't know, maybe that's just the way it is. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but anyway, that's all right. Yeah, it seems like it's been ages that we've known each other, Milla. And you know, that's the great thing. You know, I was watching Scruffy last night. Matter of fact, let's do a couple shout outs before I forget. One for Scruffy. And Captain Arish. If you're not following either one of them, I mean, I'm sure most everybody who's watching right now is following them, but do give them a follow. Captain Arish is amazing with his knowledge about celestial navigating and just, you know, navigating without the autopilot and GPS and all that. So if you want to kind of get more immersed in your flying, that's the person to talk to. So, and then Scruffy is just, he's a great guy, friendly, always a good laugh, just loves everybody in the chat, you know, except for the people that come in and obviously try to cause chaos, but yeah, we're watching that and we were talking about, where was I going with this? You know, people, the community, and knowing each other, see, I lost my train of thought. Where was I going with it? I forgot. I think Gopin, yeah, it's one of the ones that we got a huge lake here. Where was I going with it? That's a problem about getting older. You tend to forget things very easily. I can't remember now. Maybe it'll probably come to me later on. But yeah, some of us have, there's a few people in my chat, we've known each other for quite some time. We met in other chats initially, and as some of us started streaming, we got there for each. Oh, that's another shout out. There we go. Bella does a lot of train sim stuff, whether it's Train Sim World 3 or Train Sim on the PC, like that has way more routes and way more trains and all that. Go give Bella a follow. You like some different kind of simulation. Help grow his channel a bit more. Doesn't talk yet. He's got a mic. Eventually, he will, but not right now. But he's very interactive in the chat in general, like type stuff in. But yeah, if you like something a little bit different as far as simulation goes, go give Mel a follow, please. Good morning, Mick. How are you, good sir? Let's see here. See, now it's kind of like a bit flaky. Does not want to fly. We've had this problem before. It seems like. There we go. Now it's going. Had to think about it a couple times. So yeah, we do. I'm getting there. Get my case there, jackass. Now watch this. Now see that. It'll come back in and it's off. Now it should stay on. Okay, yeah. Very strange. But yeah, yeah. I think that's part of. I think that's where I was kind of going with. Scruffy does pop into a lot of different chats, and if he senses that you are a quality streamer and all that, he's happy to give you shout outs and all that. So yeah, it's nice. There's the community in general, I feel, is very positive, and I try to be positive. I'm human just like we all are. We have our bad days and all that. So I had sushi last night for dinner, Noah. It was a little treat for myself last night for dinner. Got it from Wegmans, the posh. Okay. Help me heaps after a stream hiccup yesterday. Scruffy, yeah. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. I'm really, and I always say this, and I'm going to repeat it probably until I stop streaming at some point in my life. But there's times in our life it's a catalyst, and sometimes it's a negative catalyst, and then there's positive catalysts. The catalyst for me, and he's probably going to get a little shy here, maybe if he's still lurking, but the catalyst for me was when Captain Arish raided my channel earlier this year, and then it was just a domino effect from there, that you meet more people and you part of I call it you oh no, oh wow, yikes, that's weird. I call it, you can put tools in the toolbox, right? You learn things, maybe something, the way somebody does something, you shouldn't like exactly copy it, but you could say, I like this approach. How can you make it, turn something like that into part of your channel without like obviously copying everything. Um, and I think that's part of what it was when, you know, like I was struggling when I was streaming earlier this year. I was not in a good place mentally, I don't think. I was frustrated because I was trying to stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and I was trying to keep track of both chats, which was not easy, you know. And what I learned, you know, and Captain Arish, you know, he messaged me and he was like, hey, you know, what about this? Think about this. And always, if I've had a question or a concern or whatever, if I message him and say, hey, you know, what do you know, always happy to answer. I'm sure if I the same thing, if I had needed some advice from Scruffy about streaming or whatever, he'd be happy to do that as well. So that's the great part, is when everybody helps each other. It's not so much a competition, you know. It shouldn't be. Some people, I think, take it that way, but you know, it's good. You know, it's nice when we all kind of support one another, and you know, we, like I said before too, we're only human, and we have our times where things are just like, ugh, you know, and sometimes it just helps when somebody comes in, or you know, like Boss said, you know, he got raided and a bunch of the raiders were blocked, so and Scruff helped him out with that. That's awesome. So yeah, but that's the great thing about this community, definitely. But, yeah, really, you know, this morning I was gonna say I'm blessed. I guess that's all right. Take care, Mela. Have a safe day. Stay warm. Or stay dry. I don't know if it's raining there or whatever. Stay warm and dry. Don't eat all the sandwiches in New York City. Leave some for Mick. That's okay, Paradox. You know, we're flying, and we'll be flying tomorrow in the jetliner. So if you want to join tomorrow, we're doing SFO to Chicago O'Hare, so you know, yeah, if you want to join tomorrow, you're more than welcome. But if not, and you just want to hang out and watch, oh, okay. Well, there's always going to be other times. You know, it's not like this is the end. At least not. I hope not. Yeah, I was going to say that, and in a way, I am. You know, whether it's the shout outs, you know, whether it's Captain Arish or Scruffy, or you know, yeah, I definitely feel that way today. And sometimes it's easy to not feel that way, you know. So yeah, there we go. All right, still cooking along here. I think we got still quite a long ways to go. Yeah, see, we're not. Yeah, I don't think we're even halfway there yet. So we still got plenty of flying. So yeah, that's the truly wonderful thing about the community. And but anyway, so yeah, the Junkers 52 did get an update last night. Not what I was expecting, to be honest. They did put in an electronic flight bag kind of next to you. It doesn't do anything with the checklist, but it's kind of like a almost like a Garmin system. Oh yes, yep. I've heard nothing but, well, I think some people struggle with it because it's not something that, not like the A320, the stock A320 from Asobo that you just hop in, you start it up, and off you go. You really have to know have to dive a little deeper into it. And I've always said that, and he's very good about it. Captain Arish is one of those people that the 737. He does a lot of work with that. He's done some streams about it, and also I want to give it. I don't know him personally, but he's been in Captain Arish's stream, I believe. He does a lot of videos on the PMDG 737, and he's done a ton of videos on the A310. He breaks, the one thing that I like about his stuff for the A310 is he breaks it down into smaller chunks, so it's much easier to follow along what he's doing. So do go check him out on YouTube if you're looking for more in-depth stuff about the PMDG 737 or the new A310 that came out. Very just the information is so much easier to digest, I think. So yeah. But yeah, fly if you want to fly the 737 sometime, Paradox, in one of my streams, you're more than welcome to. Where did Os go? Did you not? Oh, nope, that's not him. I'm losing. I lost him. Where did oh, there he is, down below. I was like expecting him to be way up here or back here. Yeah, I think one of the most recent times that Captain Arish did he was in the A310, I'm sorry. When Captain Arish did a couple flights in the A310 a few weeks ago, 737 NG driver was in there. I think I remember seeing the name in his chat. So, but yeah, I looked when I was trying to figure things out on the 737 or the A310. I'm sorry, and I'm still trying to. I've got to put aside the study time because I'm doing C work and trying to do an A. Expecting an A. I was looking at any builds. There's videos, but it was so much information all at the same time. It was easy to get lost in it. And but when I found 737 drivers stream or video stuff, it was like, man, it's so much. It breaks it down from the startup and everything. So much easier to understand. So yeah, really, really awesome stuff. Who's along here? That seems rather. Look at what is that? What's going on back there with the? That doesn't look very good. Yeah. So I know this is our first injured body of water. I know we'll go inland again, I think, and then we'll go over water again. Yeah. And generally, I think, unless doesn't have a lot of time, but he does try to answer questions in the comment section. So if you have a question or whatever, I think he tries to get to those and all that. All good, Os? Happy to have you along. That just doesn't. I think that's one of those things that this sim has always struggled with is the. Is that? I don't know. Oh, the just in general, the sim, the you got that contrail or whatever behind the engines, and look, if it looks like it's just like this big block back here, whereas before it seemed like it would just trail off on its own. Oh, and then yes, we were talking about 737 driver, about if you want to learn anything about the PMDG 737 or the A310 that just came out. Definitely go check them out over on YouTube. Lots of good information, and it's all, like I said, it's all broken down into very easy to understand and follow along little parts. So, because that Init builds, their tutorial stuff was just too, it was messy. It was easy, so easy. You go like, wait a second, where are we at now? And, you're pausing, and then, yeah, it's like, wait, so, yeah, very easy to understand stuff. So a week from today, I'm not. So it's the 16th. Okay, so I should be streaming on the 16th. No stream on the 15th, a week from yesterday. So that Thursday flight, we'll do that again on Tuesday. And that's the great thing about having that day open, that if I still want to do the flight, but I can't do it on the day that I normally would, I can move it to that Tuesday. And so, there we go. So, no flight Wednesday, or no flight Thursday the 15th. We'll fly Friday the 16th. We'll do the Twin Beach down in South America. And then on the 23rd, we won't do we're not going to do a jetliner flight, but we're going to do a flight around Australia on the 23rd. Or not Australia, I'm sorry, Hawaii. So we're going to start off over by Honolulu International, and we're going to do kind of counterclockwise around the island and come back to Honolulu. I'm going to probably fly that in the P-38. So if you want to fly a classic warbird, or if you just want to fly anything general aviation, that you just want to, or whatever, more than welcome to. If you just want to fly for a little while, whichever. So, yeah. We'll do that, and then there we go. And the 30th, that's a Friday the 30th. Friday. Let me look at, make sure I'm thinking about the dates correctly. Yes. I don't know. I think that we could do on the 30th. I don't know. Maybe we'll do maybe on the 30th we'll do a flight, yes, the one that's in the marketplace, from Iron, yeah, they're the ones that did the Spitfire. I think they're the ones that did the Hellcat as well. I can't remember the name. But anyway, yeah. But if you don't have, look here, let me put this little thing out. If you don't have the plane, but you have something else that is similar, or if you just want to fly a warbird in general, and if you have the Spitfire or whatever, fly that. Please don't spend money on stuff just to have the same thing that I have. That's not good. You know, If you have it, that's great, but if not, please don't go spending your money. You know? So, yeah. Yeah, if you have anything else, you know, even if you want to fly the widgeon or the goose or whatever, you could do that too. Doesn't that's you know you don't have to fly the same things. So please don't think that. And you don't have to spend any money in order to fly with it. Fly. If you've got it, that's great. If not, don't feel like you have to buy it. Anyway. So, 19 viewers. Thank you all for hanging out and sticking around. We've still got lots of flying left. Oh, I gotta eat a few of these little chocolate donuts real quick. All right. I definitely drink some more coffee. I made it, and it just sits here, and I forget to drink my coffee every so often. Oh, speaking of which, let the passengers move up around the cabin. I think we can have a smooth flight. It disappeared again on me. Ross, where'd you go? I don't see you. You were back there just a moment ago. Oh. Oh, you had a crash. Okay. Next leg is 197 nautical miles. I think. Let's just see if we can look out. Okay, so looking ahead. So this is what we got coming up. That's 320 nautical miles out. That's the big picture. So, sure we still got quite a lot of flying left. We'll just leave that there for right now. Then once we see more of the flight plan coming in our route, coming into view, then we'll know roughly where we are. I think this was the two of the largest chunks of the flight, whereas this one and the one previous to this to Gopin. So, but we still got lots left to do. Look around. Not see you in the air. You're asking if I can see you. I don't see you yet. Searching high and low, no sign of you. Oh, down. No, I can't. No, I'm just seeing. If you're on the ground, I don't see you yet. We're over the water right now. The land way behind us. But yeah, I don't see like your name tag either anywhere. But it could be that the sim is lagging or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure which part on the ground. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have your name tag anywhere, even if you were on the ground somewhere. Oh, Marinac. Okay. All right. I'm sure once you're in the air, I'll see you. I should know where Marinac is because I feel like I've flown either into or out of Marinac at some point in my streaming career. I think that's in front of us, but I don't know. I don't like these sound stutters. Every time it happens, I always get worried that something else is getting ready to happen. Yeah, I see him to my left as well, so you should be here, but I don't see you anywhere, boss. I don't see you below me or above me or to either side. I don't know. Something's happened. But it's weird, we're both seeing random, but we're not seeing each other. Or I can't see you. I don't know, can you see me? Pretty sure I'm still on the same server. I think I've not changed anything. I don't. Hopefully, it didn't. Hold on now, and now you got me wondering. Yep, still in Southeast Asia. Let's see. Are you in the air here? I don't see you on the list here. On the list here either. Hold on a second. There we go. I invited you to the group. Maybe that'll solve that. Okay, so join the group. But the weird thing is, I still don't see you at all. I don't know, multiplayer might be having this little conniptions today. Being a little sassy 3-year-old or something. That's weird because it was going fine, and then your sim crashed, I guess. But even with you in my group, I don't see you. So I don't know. You may be pretty far away from me. I don't know. Flying directly to random. Okay. Yeah, I don't see you flying towards random. Yeah, I don't see you in the air at all. Huh. Well, maybe it'll sort itself out. Oop. Nope. Alright, now we'll keep an eye out. Alright, so basically, still 320 nautical miles out. This is what we've still got coming up. There's still more ahead of that, should be. But I think from here, there might be one more large chunk of a leg past Disco. I think once we get past Disco, there might be another long haul over the over water, and then we should. Morning, Joseph. Then we should get start looking at our arrival route and all that. Yeah, I don't know what happened to us. That's really strange. So I don't know. Like I see random in the air, but I can't tell if they're moving away from me or flying parallel some way. Yeah, it's just kind of like they're just sitting there in the air. Like I don't get any sense of direction. I'm fine, Joseph. I'm blessed. There we go. I'm blessed. How are you, young man? I don't know if I want to know. I don't know if I really want to ask that question. I hope you're well, Joseph. We don't need any further details. If you're good, we'll leave it at that. We have guests in the chat today, Joseph. Let's not get too overboard with the details. Behind myself, David is one of the names. I don't even see David. Boy, they must be really far back, because I think after a certain point, once you get over... See, I just saw Random just disappeared. That is strange. Random is gone. Yep, I don't know. I think the multiplayer might just... Oh, okay, so you're pretty far back then, I think. If you're over land was way back there behind us. Like almost 300 nautical miles back, I think. So you may be pretty far back, that's why it's not... I don't see you yet. I wonder if there's like a limit as far out as you can see people, but I think even if you're in my group, I would think I would be able to see you. I don't know. You're hungry. Well, go get something to eat, Joseph. We got lots of flying left still to Malaga, so... See, I think all this stuff coming up here is over land. And then we'll go back over the water again. I don't know, can you slew to me, maybe? I think Paradox has done that before. Let me refresh my screen because it's starting to lag a little bit. Okay. Well, thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Greatly appreciate it. Happy Friday or Saturday. Some parts in the world might be Saturday already. Already starting your weekend. Welcome. Ooh. That's weird that went out of that detent. Huh. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Always good to check that stuff, because if you're not in that detent, little CL right there, it can throw the engine off. Peekaboo. Alright, let me see if I see you now. Oh, there you are. Yep, I see you now. But it says you're in an A320. See, I can't tell how far back you are, but I see you now. But I don't see anybody else. Alright, okay. Well, at least now I can see you, so that's a good sign. So, but yeah, it seems like you're pretty far back. I don't know how far, but at least I can see your name tag now, so that's a good sign. So we'll just keep looking. So we're zoomed all the way out to 320 nautical miles, and we'll just keep looking for more of our flight plan as it comes into view, and then we can kind of see where we're going to be, what's coming up. But I think we're getting ready to go overland again here in a little bit. I think where all that puffy cloud stuff that are in front of us is, I think that's overland. And I think we'll get handed off from Brest Center over to another center here soon. All right, so yeah, thank you all. Really appreciate it, and thank you again, Captain R's, for the raid earlier. Compass Club members, after he did his Charter Flight Friday stream. All right, now I'm seeing more names pop up. I don't know, maybe it's just maybe there's a little. Like I said, maybe the multiplayer thing is having a little hissy fit today because it's Friday and it doesn't want to work. It's trying to tell Microsoft Asobo that it wants to go on strike. It's not playing well with others. Now, if we need to, what we could do, if it's still acting up, we can change servers if we have to. I think where I was halfway from the destination coming up. Oh, you were way ahead of me then. Or, well, I don't know about way, but... Huh. Now I am on the beta for. I think I am. I'm almost positive I am, but I don't know. I have to double check. But I signed up for the beta for the avionics aircraft update one. The beta's out, so I was taking part in that. But I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. Where I took off from, Mom told me it was. It might have been, yes. I think that's the case. I think that's why I've flown. It sounds like I've flown either in or out of there before. It sounds very familiar. So. Oh, retired army. Okay. Nice. I still got some time before I can draw my retirement, but can't say how many years. It's still a while away. This is pretty fun. Oh no, I'm off active duty. No, I've no. It's just that because I have what they call a blended retirement, because I have active duty time and I was in the reserves, so um, you have to wait till you're to the age of 60 to draw your retirement. So I still got quite a ways to go to get to that. So no, I haven't been out on active duty since 7 years now. Yeah. I miss some of the people, but I don't miss the nonsense. Yeah, I did my total time served is 26, but yeah, but I wasn't eligible for retirement once I left, so I have to. I'm only eligible for it once I turn 60. But there's like a whole process. You gotta like fill out a bunch of paperwork and send it in, and then they process it. So normally you're supposed they don't process your retirement until your 60th birthday or the month of your 60th birthday, and then it'll take a few months for it to process, but they'll back pay you from the month of your 60th birthday. So say your 60th is in June, but they don't get it done till like August or September. You'll get back paid all those months, and then you'll get your regular check after that. Each month. Oh, Madrid. Okay, that's a good sign. All right, still more of the plant coming into view there. So yeah, I just have to kind of wait till then. It's a very well, it's one of those processes in the military that just it takes time, and well, not in the military, just as a if you're a retiree or whatever. Uh, it's just a bit of a long process, but I'll get there eventually. I don't know. The only thing I don't know is how much I'll get, but I'll get that figured out one of these days. All right, now I see you. Yeah, now you're closer. Boss. And you know the crazy thing is, being in the military was the only thing I ever stuck with, and well, except for a short break, it's the only thing I ever stuck with in my entire life. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, it was one of the only constants in my life. All right, so if they're right there, well, that they must be on the ground right there. Oh, somebody's in the Vision Jet. I did see the Vision Jet did come up for an update yesterday. That really impresses me. That so the Vision Jet's only been out what about a couple weeks now, and already they're pushing updates, which is good because they know, you know, I think maybe they knew that there were some issues, but they were already working on fixes and have gotten it out very quickly. So that's impressive. That somebody who's like that, that's somebody I can support, you know, as a third party developer. There's a lot of people just push stuff out and leave it be. So same as your day job. Yeah, I've had a lot of different jobs over the years, but you know, even when I was in the reserves, you know, I had different jobs, but the only constant was being in the reserves. Yeah. I've told people, I said, sometimes I feel like I overstayed my welcome, like I should have done my 8 years and got out, or just left it, because for us, it's when you sign up, you have an 8-year obligation, and how you do those 8 years is entirely up to you. You can do active duty in the reserves, or vice versa. Most people, you know, would do active duty and then go in the reserves because you get the GI Bill money was better back then. I don't know if it is now, but I'm sure it is. Actually, it's probably a lot better now because it's under the post 9/11 stuff, and you get more money. So if you do 4 years, that's still a pretty good amount of money for. They're definitely paid for your associate's degree. But yeah, you have an 8-year obligation, and then after that, it's up to you. But once that 8 years is satisfied, as far as they're concerned, you don't pay them anything else. Yeah. And cloudy. Still see water. Almost positive we'd be over land here shortly, but I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Oh, ads are coming up, folks. Ads are inbound. Be prepared for the ad invasion. Catch it in the chat after this short commercial break. I can't really see when the ads. I don't know when they actually start playing. So still lots ahead of us. Maybe once I see the little ad marker go dark or whatever, then I'll take it. That'll give me a chance to take a little break. Oh yeah, we will. Actually, we could do that. Hold on, I'll have to do that too. I try to have my camera controller set ahead of time. All right. everybody's going to say Addies. Addies! There we go. One more. Addies! Perfect. Okay, perfect. I'm going to take a break. Then while that's happening, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I was looking at the chat while I was munching on my donuts. Thank you, Mick. Appreciate that. I'm surprised Young Addies hasn't said, "Oh, it's been fantastic." Thank you, Joseph. Now, so we are, oh wow, we already passed over, so I'm almost positive. Yep, we're over land. There we go. So that wasn't, I didn't lost my mind completely there. Are you still waiting on an engineer to come out, Mick, or have they come out and they still can't get to the bottom of what's happening? Oh, okay. Sounds good. I couldn't remember if it was today or tomorrow, but there you go. Now we know. Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Addies. A real UK hero. Well, I would think that's the hope, but what I've noticed, and I don't know, I'm going to throw out a conspiracy here right now. It seems to me, because I've had this issue before with my internet provider, Spectrum, where there will be an issue all of a sudden, and I check, because when I go into the app for my internet provider, it will say if there's like an outage or something. It will immediately pop up with an alert. As soon as I get into the app, it'll say, oh, there's a service outage in your area or something like that, right? Sometimes I wonder, I'm supposing here, if they create that stuff or they single like a certain area out, and so that way it gives the engineers, so to speak, something to do. Because if there's no outages or issues, what are they going to do? So I mean, is it possible maybe that's what's happening for you, Mick? I don't know. I mean, but it seems that if that's the case, I mean, how many times have they come out to your house in the last since this year to sort it out, And then granted, you're not, I don't think, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think you have to pay them personally for their visit. They're an employee of your your service provider. But I always wonder if that's the case, that they just fabricate the stuff just so that they give somebody something to do. Like one time they put a block on mine. If it is confirmed it is not working properly, we can change. Okay, so that's your out of your clause there, your contract. Earlier this year, I think they put it like a block, like they put a physical device on my connection downstairs in the basement kind of area, and I was like, why did my internet get shut off? I didn't have a bill overdue or anything like that. So I called, and so they said, okay, we'll send somebody out. So the next day, the guy came out and was like, oh yeah, that was what it was. And I'm like, and see, it was weird because the day prior, they had been down there working on something. So it's like, did the guy place it there on purpose and go like, well, let's see who calls, and then, hey, that's 4 hours for me, So, I don't know. All right, let's have a look here. Still got lots of time. Okay, there we go. So there is the beginning of our arrival portion, right there. Volpe, whatever. That's the beginning of our arrival phase, right there. Our arrival route. So, yeah, that's what we got coming up. So we still got, that's just under 320 nautical miles away. So we still got, I think, we've got a large chunk here and one more fairly large chunk there. So that's what we got coming up. So we're almost there, folks. We're getting there. So we should be about, I guess, yeah. Well, but that's the thing. Like, if they don't have anything for them to do, if there's no issues really, then they can't really validate keeping them on the payroll for any extended period of time, right? So I don't know how that would work. Like, if somebody, if they say, well, nothing's really going on. I mean, do they basically sit at home and wait? You know, are they still on the payroll? You know, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm just supposing here, so maybe it's not like that, but it kind of seems like it, doesn't it? You know. But I hope that's not the case. I hope they get it sorted and it's no longer an issue. But because I would think changing providers would be, oh, I'm glad, Os. Glad to have you along. Despite the little hiccup earlier, but yeah, good stuff. So I don't know, would be changing providers be a whole nother drawn out process? Getting somebody else to come out and hook up their stuff? I don't know what the how that works there. Well, nobody likes when the internet's out. I mean, because the problem is, let's be honest, we've gotten so accustomed to being connected that way, right? And when we're not, it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know, okay, we're going to have another story time here. As a straight swap. Oh, okay, got you. Let me. There we go. I got to blow my nose first, and then we'll talk. And I'm going to tell a story that most of you have heard before, I think, but if not, then it's a new story for you. So years ago, when I went to Fort Irwin for the last time in my military career, we could go out there for like 30 days. And I went ahead of everybody, so I was on what they call advance party. And basically what we did was we went and verified that our equipment was in the rail yard, waiting for us to come down and pick it up once everybody else arrived. Like, we weren't going to do it ourselves. It was just too many vehicles. But we had to make sure that it was there waiting, and then, you know, coordinating all that stuff. So when main body arrived, and then we started offloading all that, their qualified drivers and whatnot. When you go out to what they call the sandbox, right? That's the nickname for the training area at Fort Irwin. So when you go out there for your training, you're not supposed to take your cell phone with you. They don't want you talking late at night, early in the morning, because you're not sleeping, and then you're going to be like, oh, but I was talking to my significant other or my whatever all night, and I can't do anything. I'm too tired. I just want to go, you know, stuff like that, right? It is weird to not have a cell phone for 30 days because you're used to having it. You want to reach for it, like, oh, I can't do anything, you know. So, but it's weird that after, like, there's no cell phone and you don't drink. There's no soda at all. Like, they don't bring any out with meals or whatever, so you don't have any soda and you don't have a cell phone. And it's weird because once you get your cell phone back, you're just kind of like, yeah, I didn't really miss it all that much, you know. And it's the same thing with internet. When you don't have it, instead of saying, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" You could say, this would be a good time to go for a walk. This would be a good time to read a book, whatever. Go to a movie. But no, we fuss about the fact that we cannot be connected. And sometimes it's not. It's if you have kids, obviously, they they don't like not having the internet. That's the main thing. Is if they don't have the internet because they've grown up with it, it's like that's their life seems to be centered around it. Just like, they've never lived in a world where there was no cell phone. The only people that had cell phones were like doctors, lawyers, and drug dealers. So but now everybody has one. But there was a time when it was just only a handful of people had it. But they couldn't live without it now. So yeah, everybody freaks out. Oh, the internet's out. I'll be like, well, I guess I'll just read a book, or as long as I can charge my phone, I can still listen to music on my phone. It's fine. The internet isn't everything. It shouldn't be everything. But we treat it like that. All right. Now that we've got that out the way. So this is basically what we got coming up. We're within the 320 nautical miles. Our destination is right there at the end. So I think, like I said, I think we got 2 more large chunks. That should be the last large chunk right there. And then we'll be getting ready to land. So there's your passenger brief. I've shown you on the flight deck computer. There we go. Now you've seen for yourself. You've got ocular proof of what's getting ready to happen. Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that. But, I mean, if it does, it does. But I hate to think that it has to come down to that. Because in some areas in America, there's very few internet providers, and so what you get is what you're stuck with. There's nobody else is competing with them. But now you have cell phone companies like AT&T and Verizon here in the States that you can get internet service through them on top of your cell phone service. So but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Because they try to convince you about the whole bundle thing. Even my internet provider right now, Spectrum, oh, if you swapped us as your cell phone carrier, no, I wouldn't trust them. I barely trust Verizon as it is. I don't really have many options. Okay, so we can go ahead and start zooming in a little bit at a time until we. Yeah, but that's the thing, Joseph. You never grew up in a world without the internet, so you're attached to it, and that's like I said before. That's not always a healthy attachment. So anyway, so yeah, tomorrow we'll be back 7:10 Eastern, 12:10 UTC in the A319. I believe it's the same model as this one. Yeah, I think this one's got the United Airlines livery on it. So we're going to do that service from San Francisco to Chicago. I think for the 30th, what we'll do is we'll do a service from Chicago to JFK. Yeah, maybe we'll do that for the 30th. Then we'll have a nice, quiet New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So that's what we got. That's what we do. We got to put the rest of the month together, flight plan wise. Thank you again, Oz, for coming along flying today, sticking around, even though we had a little hiccup earlier. But there we go. Somebody's says they're at 7,200 feet, but I don't see what they're flying. It just says they're. I wonder if they're in a glider. I wonder if it's an area where there's a. That's one thing I do want to try. Maybe next year we can introduce some glider flights. Try one and maybe do a nice glide over the mountains or something. Ooh, matter of fact, I wonder if we could do a glider flight through Yosemite. I'm sure there's enough thermal drafts there that we can have a nice quiet flight over Yosemite in a glider. That'd be awesome. I might have to wait on the helicopters though, because I don't think I can do it really that well on the with just the standard controller. It's not very intuitive. I can take off okay. It's just the landing part and flying straight, kind of keeping the aircraft flying straight and keeping speed. That's the tricky part. Ooh. Looks like we got some very high clouds here. Yeah, so that was a bit of a long leg to TLD. We got 49 nautical miles to get there, so we got one more large chunk and then we'll be on the ground. I'm thinking it's going to be about a 2.5 hour flight total. Maybe they're in a helicopter. Seems like they're kind of hovering there, somewhat. Oh, another gaining altitude. Yeah, it was a bit. Well, I guess it was to be expected that the marketplace update last night was going to be a bit non-exciting. I'll fly till I see a runway to land. Okay. I don't even know what would be. There's got to be, if we're over land still, there's got to be an airport around here that could land at. I don't know. I don't know where that would be. Let's see. Let me do this. Well, it's not perfect, but it might give us an indication where we're at. Kind of that. I think you might try LEMD Madrid. That might be the closest to. I don't think we're there, or we might be near it right now. We're over land. So maybe Madrid. So we did. Okay, we are. Oh, so we are over Spain right now, I do believe. We did one. That's two. For overland now, I think we're. So yeah, I would say Madrid. Which one's LE? I don't know if it's on the list. I guess we could check. Do like the nearest airport list. Oh, it will not allow me to check the nearest airport. But that might be the nearest one. Because I think we're talking to Madrid Center. Yep, so, or Madrid Control. So that we must be fairly near it, I would guess. If we're under their control. Or center. So, you might luck out there. I'm sure that's got plenty of runway space for an A320. I'd be surprised if it didn't, because that's a pretty good sized airport. Oh, so I should clarify, when I talk about using the keyboard in that little night blurb there, I don't use the keyboard to fly. But I do use the keyboard for, especially either for starting the plane up, because some aircraft, you have to use the keyboard, the Control E, to start the aircraft up. Otherwise, we have, I just use it for the altimeter reading. So before, because normally, you taxi over to your holding area before you get on the runway, and it gives you the altimeter reading. If I push the B button, it automatically updates the altimeter for that area. So I don't have to wait. It's already programmed in. And then when I put in my, initial altitude, then it's all, should be legit. We're not either way too high or way too low. So it makes it so much easier than trying to dial it all in and everything. So let me look at. All right. Look at this now. If I load this in. Come on, really? That's weird. How did I get signed out of my... Sim brief? Alright. Current time. So if I look at the... Yep, so we're over... We did our... So we flew from UK over near where Normandy is, and then we're over Spain, so we're over land for the rest of the flight. But we still have, like I said, we got one more large chunk in front of us. I think this will be the largest coming up here between what is it called? CRISA, something like that, and then Vulp is our next. But that's all right. That's fine. It's up to you, Oz. I don't know if there's. I think. Let me look at my. So the next one. We're past Madrid. We have maybe. We have. LERL. That's the. I think that's the next airport, and that could probably handle an A320. And then, yeah, I think after that, I don't think you have many options. That would be the next one before we landed there at Malaga. So I'm thinking we must be pretty close to it as it is, Real. It's got to be right around here somewhere, because once we get here, even then we're pretty much committed, I think. But it's up to you if you want to fly the whole way, or if you're like, I get to Real and I'm close to it and I'll put it on the ground. It's entirely up to you. Alright. Let's zoom out, or zoom in more. Matter of fact, we can go all the way to, I think we can. Let's just go back to our regular. How many hours till final? Well, I'm gonna guess maybe 45 minutes, because we're almost at 2 hours flight time according to this. We've been flying for an hour 51, so I'm guessing it would be maybe another 45 minutes. Because it said initially when I put this plan together on the world map, it said 2 hours 5 for the flight, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that was wildly underestimated. But I think it's more. We're going to be close to a 3 hour flight, I think, total. Or pretty, like 2.5, 2 hour 45. I'm thinking is close to what it will be, but I could be overestimating. I don't know. I'm not. That's one of the things I do want to work on, is trying to determine roughly how much time we have left in the flight, because we're definitely within 320 nautical miles. It's now just at the edge of 160 nautical miles. We got to start descending soon, I think, in preparation for our arrival phase. So we should start. I think we either now, it's the one thing that they've gotten good at, is in the sim ATC will start giving us descent directions. We won't have to ask for it. Or unless something's different in the sim right now, with the beta update or whatever. But generally, it has said, descend here. So if not, if we go here, it's saying it's at 25,000 feet, right? It would be our expected flight level at so we should start descending soon, I think. So yeah, it's right in that, almost in that 160 nautical mile limit. But again, I think our next large chunk is right here, and that's going to be about 80 or more nautical miles, I think. Come on. 765. Hold on a minute. I'll tell you exactly how much we got distance there. 36 minus 756. 80 nautical miles. So I was about right. So that'll be our last large chunk there from Crissa to Volpe, or Volpe or whatever, however they pronounce it. So, like I said, if you want to go to Real and land, you're more than welcome to. If you want to stick it out the rest of the way, you're more than welcome to. Entirely up to you. If you need to go to sleep, get some sleep. It's all good. EAL is, look to see, EAL. I don't see an EAL. I don't know. Is it an airport? I don't know what an EAL is. I'm not tracking anything called EAL on mine. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how to answer your question. Oh, big circle on the radar. We talk about this part? See, I don't have radar. Since I'm on the Xbox, we don't generally have like a actual radar, but I'm guessing you're talking about this part here? This area here? No, I don't see anything with that on there. That word. Oh, from the outside view. EAL. Alright, let me see if I can figure that out. EAL. I don't see anything that says that either. Yeah, I don't know. Huh. I couldn't tell you. Anything that says yeah, I don't have because we don't have radar on the Xbox yet. That's supposed to come. I think that'll be with the Watson fix. Yeah, we don't have like a radar per se. We have the VFR map. No, we don't have a radar overlay or anything like that. Oh, the VFR map. Okay. Let me look at that. I don't know. I don't see it on mine. Yeah, I don't know. 200 nautical miles. Guessing that would be 50. Yeah, see, I don't know how to change that number on there. That's the only drawback. Like, it's stuck like at a 50 nautical mile radius, I think. So maybe it might be what it is, Oz, is that's on your route, the one that you're flying. So it may not be on mine. Hello, Paradox. I don't know if I can, to be honest, but I very rarely use that when I'm flying a jet plane. So I think what it is, Oz, is you're on a different plan than I am. So that's probably why. I'm guessing that's probably why. Matter of fact, if I roll low, scroll in or zoom in here on Sky Vector, it might. Well, I don't know if it's labeled or anything, but I'm guessing that's just the route that that when you filed the flight plan, that's what got put in there. Yeah. Doing the mapping. Oh, okay. But I think that's what it is. You're on a different flight path than I am. That's probably why you're heading towards it. Yeah. Yeah. You just get a little tablet over by the flight or by the pilot's side there. Paradox. That's it. Nothing. No. No new. Frickin' liveries or anything. So yeah, because sometimes, like when my friend Mick's flown with me, we're going to the same airport, but his flight plan may be different than mine. See, there we go. See, you didn't even have to ask. Ta-da! Well, there we go. Oh, let me put the get your butts back in your seats and be quiet. Yeah, so that's probably why. I think it's just that you're on a different route than I am. That's all. Yeah, both of the Junkers planes, the F-13 and the 52, got updates. Yeah, we did get a. So it's not an autopilot one, but it has like a kind of like a Garmin thing. It'll show you your heading and all that kind of stuff. Meaning plan. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea, Oz. I couldn't say then why it's telling you to go that way. So yeah, I checked it out. It's just, it's kind of like the one you see in I'm trying to think what's the best way to think about it. So like in it'll say like map, direct to, and all that, flight plan and everything. It's almost like a Garmin system, but you cannot activate a. Oh, okay. Yeah, then I okay. Then I'm not sure. Because if you don't have a flight plan file and you're just kind of flying wherever, then I don't know. I don't think I would ever do that in a jetliner. I would have a plan, but you do you. If that's what you like to do, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm on my way to. So we're coming up to the start of our arrival portion of our flight. The SID's up ahead. So if you want to find Volpe, you can go to that. But I don't know how you would. Well, that's okay, Oz. If you gotta go to sleep, man, go to sleep. It's all good. But, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out as long as you have, but if you're tired, get some rest. It's okay. So, I think your body's trying to tell you something. So, yeah, gotta get some rest. Get some rest. It's all good. The Z monster's attacking, then you know it's you gotta listen to the Z monster sometimes, as I like to call it. Yeah, I know. Well, just well, sometimes we can only be distracted for so long. You know, it's just part of being human, I think. We don't want to think about bad times, but yeah, it is pretty handy. So that way, you know, when we're flying our VOR to VOR, we can see how far offline we are or whatever. That'll give us a little bit of validation, but it's kind of like pulling off the VFR map, right? It's you know, in a way, it's kind of like cheating, but you know, if it helps you feel more comfortable flying, it's do what you got to do. But you know, at some point you could say, okay, now I can turn it back off. I feel comfortable that I know what I'm doing, and you know, so yeah, just if you need to rest. It's fine. It's not, you know, not the end. Okay, there it went. It's popped over to 321, so perfect. That worked out very well. Sometimes you just gotta, your body says it's time to rest. When we ignore it, that's when things get crazy. But I appreciate you coming in and hanging out as long as you have. Glad to have you along. Ooh, a little bit bumpy coming in here to Malaga. We still have, okay, we're at almost 11, just under 11 nautical miles here shortly. There we go. All right. Ooh. I thought I just heard rain. Huh. It sounded like there was rain hitting the plane. Let's see. See if I can get a perfect landing. Well, I just try to get the best landing that I can. I don't know that if I shoot for perfection, I learned this a long time ago. When you shoot for perfection, you're going to always end up disappointed. One of the things that I dislike the most about being in the military, that people expect you to be perfect, and they never accept that you're a human being and you're fallible. You know, that you're going to make mistakes. All right, so from here we should start descending further. I'm going to go ahead and start slowing down a little bit more. Let's go to 270. So we're a little bit ahead of the curve as far as our speed goes here. See? All right, let's get the speed off first, and then we'll go to 16,000. one of the hardest lessons I learned is learning to forgive myself sometimes, especially when I expect perfection of myself and I come up short and I get disappointed. Because trust me, there was plenty of times when I first started the sim, I was like, "What's going on? Why is this not working? What did I do wrong?" You know. And you just go back and you're like, "Oh." I mean, there's times I've taken off in the A320, forgot to pull the throttle back to the CL detent, and pretty soon the plane's like overspeeding and everything. I'm like, "What's going on? What's wrong?" And I totally forget. Bingo! There's the solution right there. That CL detent. Oh, or I've taken off and flown for quite some time and forgot to put the flaps up. So, yeah. All right. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's flight. If you haven't, of course, our resident complaint department is Mr. Adams. So if you don't like what happened today, you can message Mr. Adams and tell him all about it, and he'll file it in the correct place. And there we go. But nice to see you all here. It's Friday morning or afternoon. Evening, whichever, early Saturday. Okay, now I should change the. Oh, no, before I forget. This. All right, let's do this. All right, there we go. So it's 295. Ooh, that's very low pressure. Do I get a free ticket for every ticket's free here? You're always welcome to fly along. Or ooh, okay, now we definitely got to slow way down. We got to get way down. Okay, yeah, I think it's raining here. $6,000. Okay. All right. All right. Little crusty salute. Yeah, I don't either, but it sounds like it's raining. Like there's like a little bit of a, like it's pelting the aircraft. You know, kind of thing. So, yeah. See, there it is again. It sounds like it's raining, but I could be imagining. Well, it doesn't look like it's rainy here, but all right, get our flaps down. Initial flaps, and then once we get to 6,000, we'll slow down even further. We'll get to at least 180 next, maybe 160, and then we'll go to 140, and we'll be on the ground. Always welcome anytime I'm flying Oss. If you see me on and you want to fly along, you're always welcome to jump in. That's for anybody. There must be a storm because that's pretty low pressure. So I think low pressure means there's a storm in the area. Very cloudy here. No, this is the live weather. This isn't me just adding some clouds, but Did it? How did that happen? No. Why is it saying overspeed? Huh, that's weird. Oh, nice. Nice. Awesome. Are you talking about the PMDG 737, I'm guessing? Nice. I remember US Airways. It's amazing how many airlines are either no longer in existence or they're partners with major ones like Landed LER. Okay. All good, Os. Thank you for flying. Hopefully things get better for you. Take it one day at a time and forgive yourself whenever you can. If it applies. Alright, no change in the altimeter. Huge crosswind, yeah. Well, he made it, so that's the important part. Yeah, I know. I saw that you posted that, and I'm sorry. I've been in that boat before, and it's not fun. So, as long as you gave that pet a good home, and that's the best you could do, then it is what it is. That's the difficult part. And my folks had to put down their little dog, Lady. My mom's wasn't happy about it, but I said, you gave that dog a good, loving home, and that's the important part. That dog came from an abused home. So, yeah. And be, you know, that's all you could do. All right, let me focus on landing. We'll be back in the chat in just a moment. Just a minor update. got to pay attention because I'm getting worried that we're gonna go. We're still kind of turning, but we're also there's a crosswind here coming from the starboard side. I'm worried that we're a little too low for these mountains. Wow, look at that, we lost altitude there. Boy, it's really struggling to maintain altitude even. I think I'm going to go ahead and swap on the ILS readings. I feel like we're supposed to be over this way, but that crosswind's a doozy, it looks like. I wonder if the winds patterns have changed. Let me look. I think that's what's happened. Yep, it sure did. Doggone it. All right, hold on. Ah. Well, we're already committed. Yep, we're coming in with a tailwind. Dang. All right. This is going to be tricky. I should have checked along the way. The winds have changed. We should be coming in over the water right now. We're not. Oh, this is tough. Alright, so yeah, we're going to turn through here. I don't like this. I've tried this before and it gets a little dicey here. I'm really worried now because we are going right. I cannot see. Oh, we're going to just barely clear that. Feels like. Yep. We should be coming in from the other way. Alright, we'll get the localizer as soon as that one diamond lines up. Boy, that wind is really pushing us all over. Come on, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Oh, I think we just go ahead and hit the coach mode. Alright, I think we're locked in. I think the tractor beams got us. Okay, so everything's lined up. Everything's locked in. I don't use auto land. I get it to right over the threshold. I turn off the autopilot, and then I do the and then I'll flare it at the end. I've done it before, but I don't trust it. But that's okay. We're gonna get there. We got this. But the winds have changed out of the. Wow! Look at that. Crosswind. But yeah, we should have come in. If I had thought about it, that's something I do want to get better at. Is if the winds change and we got to change our approach, there should be a way to change it in the FMC, even in the air. But I gotta practice with that and try to get good at it so that I know that it works. All right, we'll be on the ground in just a moment. As we get a little bit closer, I may dial it down to 130. So we have enough speed to get us over the threshold. Should have more than enough. But I think I want to slow down a little bit more as we get closer, and then pretty long runway too, so if we, not that I want to float over the runway too long, but I'd like to get it on the ground and get the brakes going and get us stopped off the runway. I think in middle over here is where the main airport, all the terminals and all that is over here. I wonder if there's a way of knowing, like, at what point in the flight do the pilots, the flight crew, like, update the weather, and if they have to change their approach, that they have time to change it. No. How does that work? Wow, look at that wind pushing us all over. Now it's coming from the port side. Boy, this is a hot mess today. That's okay, we're gonna make it. Let's see if I can dial this to 130. Oh boy, that might have been a bad choice. Oh boy. Yeah, look at it, flared on its own to slow down. Look at that, interesting. Oh boy, look at that crosswind, the way it's got us going here. We are, oh boy, we are well off the path here, I think.
200.
All right, here we go.
100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard, drive.
Ooh, little bump. Hey, we made it though. Woo! On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, we'd like to welcome you to Malaga. I believe the time is sometime late in the afternoon. I couldn't tell you when or what what the time is, but anyway, well, that was interesting. All right, let's get the auto brakes off. Yeah, there we go. That there. Yeah. Uh, I think they do, but I don't know at what point in the flight do they ask for an update that they can change. Oh, 15:54. Thank you, Mick. 15:54 in the afternoon. Oh, nice, Paradox. Excellent. Well, thank you for whoever dude that did that for Paradox as well. Appreciate that. If you from the chat. So yeah, anyway, we do appreciate you flying with us today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's flight. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:10 Eastern, 12:10 UTC in the A319 United Airlines flight, nonstop from San Francisco to Chicago O'Hare. So do join us for that. If you want to fly along, you're more than welcome to. If not, if you just want to hang out in the chat and all that, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Thank you again, Captain Arish, for the raid earlier today. You are a legend among legends. Greatly appreciate your friendship. Thank you, Baba Yaga BG for the follow earlier. Oh, nice, Paradox. Thank you again, Os, for for flying with us today, just for as long as you could. Get some rest. We'll catch you another time. Oh, nice, Mick. Thank you. There's our gate assignment over there. So yeah, thank you all for coming in today. We'll be at the gate momentarily. Now wonder if there is a jetway there. Now is it going to automatically connect? That's the curious question here. Well, that's kind of a weird parking spot. That was like a 787 right there. Huh. I think you request to connect from the... Yeah, but normally, Paradox, what's happened is when I pulled in, it'll automatically... Once I hit a certain spot, the jetway will automatically come over. Let's see if it'll do it. It's done it before, but we'll see if it does it here today. It's probably going to make me look like a fool and not do it. That's just the way the sim goes sometimes. It'll be like, oh, watch this, and then it'll be like, yeah, nope. Well, there's like no ground crew here either. Oh, there it goes. Watch this. Watch this. Here it goes. Let's try to get a little bit closer here. Watch this. There it goes. Look at that. Door open. Oh, okay. Well, it says it's connected, but obviously it's not. That's okay. It's pretty darn... It's close enough for government work, I guess. Yeah. It didn't come out far enough, but that's okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and shut this off. There we go. 2 hour 20. Not too shabby. Just jump. Yeah. That wasn't too bad at all. 2 hours 20. I figured that was probably roundabout ballpark. I was thinking about 2 hour 30 or 40, but we made it. So yeah, good stuff. Anyway, that will do it for today, folks. Thank you all again for coming in and hanging out today. Thank you again, Captain Arish, for the raid. Thank you, Baba Yaga, for the follow. Oh, you're welcome, Paradox. Thank you, Os, for flying along today as long as you could. Appreciate it. And that will do. Enjoy the rest of your Friday morning, afternoon, evening, early Saturday. I think Os is already Saturday morning. It's past midnight there where he lives, so he's ready to call it a day, night, morning. I don't know, whichever applies. I will see you tomorrow, 7:10 Eastern, 12:10 UTC, San Francisco to Chicago. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, Uncle B. Until tomorrow, peace, live long and prosper.